Hello guys, I'm greeting you from beautiful Slovakia. I just had amazing pancakes and really happy to be with you all another what is that, Wednesday afternoon. If you are joining, just let me know if you can hear me well. Today we'll try our best to bring my very good friend Artur Maciek to the live streaming that we prepared for you. A really special treat to be able to share his story that is so unique and so inspirational. This guy is from Florida, Orlando, and he is, I've got a privilege to call him my friend. He is a fantastic person who not only survived his cancer, but probably one of the biggest challenges, or maybe the greatest challenge in his life, that cancer, that big C word was, he managed to literally on a basis of this not only turn his life around, but also transform his life to the degree that he is now making a difference to thousands of others. So Arthur, hopefully you can join us. Technology didn't allow us to do so, so let me just see. I can't see you on a streaming that you're watching it yet. So let's see whether you are going to join us. In the meantime, I'm welcoming Lenka and Martina. So let me just send a message to Arthur. Arthur, if you're watching us, I can't see you watching us live yet. Okay, girls, how are you? What are you up to? Let me know. So Arthur, if you're watching us, I just sent you a little message. I can't see you live yet. Let's hope that I will do so shortly. In case I won't do so shortly, Martina is with us, which I'm very excited about, because we had a great time last week when we've been talking, Maci, didn't we, about feminine energy. And it's very interesting what's been happening, Maci, ever since. And I really want to share it with everyone. It's almost like I've got not enough. I want to talk to you more often, guys, because so much is happening. It was full moon yesterday. Anybody experienced full moon? And it was like special full moon because there was an eclipse. Very strong. In case, guys, leading up to this full moon, you've been flipping, especially women out there. Just to let you know, it was very normal. It was very strong for most of us, my friends I've been talking to, including myself. 2 days ago, I really thought I'm going mad. I wasn't going mad. It was just full moon. Let me just reply to Arthur. That, yeah. Arthur, I'm happy to say I'm adding you in. Fingers crossed. Hi, Libby. Welcoming you all, guys, joining us. We are starting a little bit earlier because I trust that technology is going to be very kind of us, so I can deliver this very special interview. So fingers crossed. Arthur, I'm adding you in. Let's pray for miracle, shall we? Let's pray. Yes! Welcome. What is written on your t-shirt? Let's read it. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Martinka is celebrating that we are together. Martina is who is normally streaming with us. Thank you. Talk to us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Cheers on that, guys. Thumbs up if you can hear us both. Really, really happy. So, cheers on that. I'm so happy. Okay, why am I happy? I'm going to tell you why I'm happy. I'm introducing you to a very special person who is successfully joining me to this streaming. His name is Arthur Maciek. He is joining us from Orlando, Florida. And he is a natural health coach and energy medical device distributor from Germany and Brazil. He is the person I have a privilege to call my friend. I'm very, very
Oh,
excited for Arthur, for you to be here. We have so much in common. We can talk with Arthur for ages. He is a great inspiration not only to me but for many, many, like thousands of people. We are both senior landmark graduates. For all your graduates, landmark graduates out there, hi guys, in case you're watching. And today we've got several minutes we can spend with Arthur, because what I want to do and how I want to use this time, guys, is to, have a little interview with him and for Arthur to share his story. And I want to tell you, this interview is going to be not just about surviving cancer, because Arthur has done much more than that. Arthur, not only that he survived the, let me just say it, uh, it was a terminal, inoperable, incurable, stage 4 metastasized sarcoma cancer diagnosis. Is that correct?
yes. December 25th, 2016, I went into the emergency room, severe pain for months before. And I don't do doctors. I don't do hospitals. I don't do, quote, medicine. And 3 doctors came to my gurney after they did some CAT scans, urine tests, and blood tests, and they looked like they were dead. They were like gray. And they said, "You got something inside of you the size of China, and it ain't supposed to be there. And we highly suggest you let us check you in the hospital." And then 16 days later, they came up with that diagnosis after 5 biopsies, and they were frustrated. They couldn't tell what it was for the longest time. And remember, the doctor would come to my room at night, just shaking his head. He was really bummed out. And I said, "You think you're bummed out?" I was in pain. I mean, I was in 5 milligrams of morphine every 6 hours type pain. Projectile vomiting, projectile diarrhea. I couldn't get out of bed. Uninsured, couldn't work. Luckily, my daughter took me in Ormond Beach, and a friend of mine introduced me to this energy medicine device from Germany. And I started it the same time I started the chemo. And in the first 90 days, when the oncologist did the first CAT scan to see, how much, if the chemo, because all the chemo does, it's a pill a day, is it slows down the growth of the tumors. So it gives me more life, more months at the end of my life, because they said, "This is what you're going to die of. This is massive, and it's metastasized. It's already spread to your liver." And I had stopped taking in 3 months, first 90 days, I stopped taking the morphine because the pain went away. And then when they did the CAT scan, they said we had to run the pathology twice because they couldn't believe 50% of the tumors were gone from the
3 months
originating
time.
outside my stomach. Huh?
It was 3 months time, like 3 months
In
later.
the first 90 days, the first CAT scan, they do a CAT scan every 90 days over here in the U.S. And just to see the progress, because they know they can't stop it they can't shrink it. All they can do is, with my type of sarcoma, is slow the growth down with their chemo. Since it was stage 4, it had already metastasized, they wouldn't operate because that's what they've been doing for decades, operating.
Mhm.
The number one surgeon in the world looked at my charts. Luckily, I have an Indian friend who's a doctor, happens to be a GI doctor
What
and
is a GI
surgeon,
doctor?
gastrointestinal, which is
Uh-huh.
what I've got. I've got gastrointestinal stromal tumors, which
Mhm.
typically they're in the GI tract. Mine were outside. They said 1 in a million chance or something. It was crazy. It was mine were forming outside my liver. I mean, outside my intestines and my stomach. That's why the pain was so severe. But when they looked at that, they said, "Holy cow, half of your tumors are gone. Our chemo doesn't do this. We know you're doing something else. Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it." And what's
Okay, we
funny,
will get to it. Yeah,
American doctors really do not care as long as you stay on their chemo. Uh, but
yeah, yeah.
I knew it was a combination of things. I stopped eating, and I followed my Oriental doctor's advice to drink only ground up greens. I started doing something called nitro greens, and following he's the National Candida Center. He owns the National Candida Center out of Lake Mary, Florida. His wife was my nurse, our nurse midwife for my 26-year-old daughter, my baby girl. So he's a total natural. Uh, I'll give him a plug. His name is Dr. Bruce Benicus from Lake Mary. So I stopped eating, and I started filtering my water, blessing my water, uh, only drinking water, no juice, and it and the Beamer and the prayer. I got a breath coach. Every 6 times a day for 10 minutes, I bring my attention to the beginning of my breath, the middle of my breath, the top of my breath, and I let go of any thought and any emotion and any physical anything. I actually bring my attention to the experience of letting go, of forgiving, of releasing, of because my breath doctor says, we in America are really good at holding on to, especially thoughts, uh, emotions, and things, because we're consumer society. We're not very good at letting go of things. And he says, you exhale as much as you inhale. And as long as if you be in balance with your thoughts and your emotions, let them go. So 6 times a day for 10 minutes, I bring my attention to every thought because I'm bringing it to every breath and releasing. And that and my 4-year-old granddaughter jumping in my bed every day, uh, that love, it heals. And prayer, love, and, the energy medical device, the not eating. I mean, the combination of things. And then what happened, as long as I stayed true to my healthy habits that I had reintroduced into my life, uh, every 90 days, the half that was there before was half gone again. And they would say the same thing, the oncologist, the pathologist, they go, "Holy cow, we can't believe it." Matter of fact, 2 years into it, I had a new pathologist from China, Chinese doctor. He looked at my whole 2-year record. He calls me up, and pathologists never call oncological patients. They do the reports, they give it to the oncologist to deal with the patients. He called me personally. He says, "Look, I've been doing this for 25 years, specifically in sarcoma, specifically in your type of cancer, uh, GIST, gastrointestinal stromal tumors. I've never seen a case like yours. May I follow you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm just a health coach. I don't have a medical degree."
Arthur, can you take us through, maybe even like give us a glimpse? Like I'm putting you on spot. We didn't agree on this, but I'm sure you'll be fine with it. Can you, because I know this is possible,
I'm
people
sorry.
will feel your
I'm
energy.
sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a Facebook Live thing, and I couldn't hear you. Could you start again?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Um, would you be open? We didn't agree on this, but would you be open to take us through maybe like 3 minutes of this breathing exercise? Do you think you can take us through it? For the people who are alive with us now, and maybe is it possible to do something just to take us through just breathing process? Just give us a glimpse of how it feels like. I will
Oh,
do it with you.
the breathing
Can
is
can
really
we try?
easy.
Can we try it? Can you take us through
Sure,
it? I
sure,
will close my
sure.
eyes, guys. If you are not driving, or if your boss is not watching you, I don't know where you're watching us from, but if you have a capacity to do so, let's breathe together. Maybe Arthur, if you can take us for 3 minutes, and then we will continue with this interview. What do you reckon?
By the way, there's some
Like
very
this?
very new science. There's some very very new brain science. Listen to Dr. Bruce Lipton to get the science behind it.
Uh-huh.
But right when you wake up, you're in theta. That's the
Theta.
best time to do this exercise because you can literally reprogram your subconscious. And by the way, we run off 95% of everything we do, maybe 99%, is from the subconscious program. And when you
Mm.
do this practice with your breath, the first 3 minutes when you wake, 5, 10 minutes when you wake up, and the last, right when you're going to sleep, when you do this, those are the two times that you're going to get the most benefit from doing this practice. And then I do it 6 times a day because I get on my beamer for 10 minutes at 9 a.m. and 10 minutes at 9 p.m. I do it right when I wake up around 5, 6, and then 9 a.m. And then right when I go to bed, uh, typically is 10, 11 o'clock. I do it right when I'm going to sleep. So those are the two best times. The best thing to do is 10 minutes, 6 times a day. And all you do is bring your attention to the beginning of your breath, which is your belly, the middle of your breath, which is your ribs are expanding, the top of your breath, your chest is coming out. And whatever
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking, whatever you're experiencing when you bring your attention to your breath, let it go. Forgive it. Release it. Just there is an experience that comes with release that we have no idea because we're such consumers, we're such takers and holders.
Mm.
That we're experienced in holding. We're not experienced in letting go, having empty hands. Because
And I suppose
miracles
it's
can
like
happen
we are
when your hands are
absorbing more,
empty.
and that's right. And we are as we grow older, and as we have this experience of life, we are absorbing more and more,
More
right? And
habitual holders on, yeah.
if we
So
are not
this is a
having
great
a perfect,
it's a great
yeah.
practice to learn. And the surprising thing you'll find out if you do this daily, 6 times a day, you're going to find out maybe a month later, 6 months later, or a year later, whatever, you're going to be in the middle of the biggest argument you've ever been in your life, the biggest stress. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to breathe in and you're going to breathe out. And you are going to cause a miracle right where there's upset. It'll be because you programmed yourself for that moment. It's powerful. The practice is powerful. So let's go through it. It's real simple.
Let's go through it. Give me just my phone on the charger while we are doing this. Okay. And guys, if you can do this, please, if you're driving, do not do this because it requires the concentration, and maybe even closed eyes. Yeah, shall we close the eyes? Is it better, Arthur?
You can pull off the side of the road too.
Oh, if it's safe enough, guys, you can pull out, or you can watch us from the replay and do this. So sit, or maybe even lie down. What's better for this one? Maybe sit up so you open your airways. What do you think? Expand your spine. But be comfortable, uncross your legs. I'm just starting in terms of physical setup, and the rest I'm leaving up to you. You take us through it, Arthur. I'm yours. Let me just get comfortable myself. Guys, you get comfortable yourselves. Just so we can do this together.
Alrighty. So all you do is bring your attention to your belly button and take the breath in and raise the belly button. Bring your attention to the second part of the middle of your breath. Let your ribs expand. Bring your attention to the top of your breath. Let your chest expand out. And then let that go in, out with your chest, out with your ribs, out with your belly. And you'll notice you can sit at your belly on the out breath. Whatever you're thinking, whatever your emotions that are present that you notice that are there, or even physical feelings, just let them go with the breath. In breath, your belly comes up, the middle of your in breath, your ribs come out, the top of your in breath, your chest comes out. Then your beginning of your out breath, your chest goes down, the middle of your out breath, your ribs go down, the bottom of your out breath, your belly goes down. And again, you'll notice that you can sit there for a second and just release all thoughts, let go of all, and notice the experience of releasing something. It's a divine experience. Nothing is divine. Well, everything's divine, but nothing is, I think, very attractive, divine. And just keep repeating it, and that's the exercise for 10 minutes. And we're complete. It's just an in breath and an out breath.
I don't want to come back.
That's what people tell me, you do this 6 times a day. I go, I wish I could do it 500 times a day. It's matter of fact, the more you practice, the more you will find that you do. You just start to do it, you reprogram yourself. But it doesn't happen from understanding it. It only happens from doing it. The practice is what uh, causes the reprogramming. And you can teach old dogs new tricks. And I'll tell you,
Nice
it's
saying. One of our viewers, thank you. Guys, try it on, obviously, and the more you do it, isn't it? Because I do my regular meditation practice every day and for years now, and the more you practice it, the sooner you can get into that zone in life, not just in regular practice. And it's almost like cheating in life. I find it, because everything is so much more, you start noticing things that you never noticed before. No, like the smells, the colors, the little funny things, how
oh,
animals
you should see the
interact.
pictures that I take when I walk in the sun every day. There are all these flowers. When I
Yes,
get
yes.
back from my daily run, I look at my camera and I've got all these flower pictures. It's amazing. Of course, I live in, tropical paradise right here in Central Florida.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for taking us through this meditation. It was unplanned, but something told me to, do obviously this is just a little glimpse of what is possible. Arthur, let me ask you questions. Thank you so much. You kind of went straight into, for our viewers, straight into what helped you, and we will talk more about that, definitely. But let me reverse a little bit and just touch a little bit on, because I'm really interested in this, as well as I think other people will be. Uh, Tell me a little bit more about your life before you have been diagnosed, and tell me about how your life looks like now. Maybe what I want to hear first is, now it has been some time since, touch wood, thank God you healed and you can be still here with us to share your story.
This
Now,
December 25th will be 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
And
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 really,
when they first diagnosed me, they were talking about 6 months, maybe 18 months. If you take this Gleevec chemo, we can give you an extra maybe year or two.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
Beautiful.
what was
So
my
my
life
question,
like before?
yeah, before, and maybe what I want you to share, because we are a lot of times focusing on how to fix this thing, yeah, but where I want to start with is to ask you, now with awareness that you have, this big C word, right, this disease, similar to, I believe, many other,
Cancer.
cancer.
Biggest, most biggest blessing in my life is the C word. The
That's right.
biggest blessing in all of my life. And I've got 3 grandchildren, so I know what real blessings from God are. Okay. This is getting cancer was God's biggest gift to me. Before I practice what I came to practice, these healthy habits, before I practiced them, cancer was not a good word. Uh,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was hell.
What do you think, when you're talking about gifts, which is amazing, talking about cancer, like genuinely experiencing as a gift, from the perspective of survival and much more than that you became later on. What I'm interested in now, with awareness that you have, what do you think? What kind of lifestyle, what kind of life did you lead
Oh my
before?
gosh.
That
Listen,
that maybe
listen.
God
You
then said,
you could
there
go
you go,
you can go
Arthur.
you can go for surviving cancer and beating cancer and fighting with cancer and all this negative drama with cancer. Um, and I had a very wise, and he's a GI surgeon. He's a friend of mine. He's actually my seminar leader. Uh, uh, he gave me something that altered my world. He says, Arthur, I know you. Your team management leadership program, graduate of this work, landmark. You're going to build a team, and you're going to miraculously transform this. But he asked me, says, I'm going to raise the bar on you.
As they
I
do.
know you're going to be. I know you're going to be great. You're going to create a way of being that's miraculous. But how are others going to be left about your cancer? Because he was the one that was telling me you might be 6 months not here, and
Wow.
you might. I'm sorry, I had a call come in. You might 18 months, but the bottom line is you're not going to be here over a period of time. So while you're here, how are others going to be left by the C word? He put that in my head. How's your granddaughter going to be left with it? How is your daughter going to be left with it? Your son, your other daughter, your 3 former wives, the mothers of
Yeah.
your children.
Yeah.
How are people going to be left with it? And so I dedicated. I think I made a pact with God. I said, okay, God, if I beat this and you know transform this, what my life is about. How are others going to be left by cancer? And guess what? I'm here to tell you, if you get in touch with me, you're not going to survive cancer. You're going to have miraculous health. You're going to have uber health. It's, I have a daily power call that I created about 10 years ago that any landmark person on the planet can call in, and it starts at uh, at 8:15 and it ends at 8:30, and my alarm systems are going off. It's a habit that I've been doing for over 10 years now, and all my alarms are going off uh, because I'm not there. Anyway, I'm trying to deal with that and share with you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot. I forgot where I was.
That's okay. The comments, the questions, guys, you are asking us, we will reply in the comments, because we've got some people asking what greens
I
did
can't
you
see
use.
that.
Don't worry, don't worry. We can reply later on, guys. Ask any questions. Please feel free. Ask Arthur any
Oh, I
questions.
told everybody that there's a Q&A. So
So we will
so
reply
that's
to
on
you.
me.
Yeah, great. We will reply
Just
to
just
you.
just just let them know that I will reply to them all.
Fantastic.
I will
Yeah,
be in
and
communication with them all.
maybe I mean, is this a daily power call, Arthur, also for non-graduates? Like, can we open it? Or if for
It is. It is. All they got to do is register.
Okay, okay, great, great.
Any non-graduate can come onto the call as long as they're registered into the landmark form.
Okay, we can give them more information if you guys are interested in this daily power call that Arthur is doing completely out of his service to humanity. I can say.
By the
Then
way, it's
let us know.
that call is not a landmark call. I mean,
Yeah,
landmark
it's
worldwide.
your
It's not.
thing.
I created that. It's not. So it's not associated with landmark worldwide. It's just for landmark graduates
Yeah,
that gather. And if
yeah.
you're not a landmark graduate, if you register, you can come on.
Yeah, you can come on. So we will let you know. Just ask us questions. We are here. I'm here as well if you want to find out a little bit more about it. And Arthur, let me come back to the question because you didn't answer it, and I want a straight answer. I hold you accountant for this. So my question is, what do you think who you've been being, or
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question. I didn't get the question.
sorry,
Somebody tried to text
maybe
me. No, it's not
that's
that.
okay.
It's somebody is texting me. Go ahead.
I
Say it again.
you are, yeah, you're live now, so everybody's trying to get hold of you maybe. So my question is, what do you see now, some time past, that how did you what was your life like that you almost asked for this lesson in life to become your gift later
Ah,
on? Yes.
I'll tell you what I think it was.
Yeah, what, tell us.
All of the things that where there is incompletion, where there's not wholeness, where there's something missing in communication between me and somebody else.
Give us an examples, please, if you
An
can.
example, uh, me and my former wife, she's in
Yeah.
India, and there was an incompletion with her and I, and
When
me
you
and
say incompletion, tell us,
well,
simple people, what it means.
I had communication that something's wrong with her,
Uh-huh.
and I had it that I knew what it was, and I was going to communicate that with her, and when that got complete, then we would be complete. Uh-uh.
No.
We're complete when I give up what I think is, and so giving all those things up that I think other people need to have to be complete with me, it's it's uh it's me giving up the things that I think they need from me because it's personal to me. I give them up, not them. And so it's those things that I'm incomplete with them about. And it doesn't even have to be a person. It could be an object. It could be a
Yeah.
place. It could be literally a thing. But mainly people. Uh, and people in my life, and it's typically people that are close to me, people I know, people I love, people that love me. And here's the surprising thing. And I said, look, please forgive me because I've been making this crap up about you and I'm giving it up. I'm a Catholic boy, so I was expecting to be given penance. Go do the rosary, go do the Stations of the Cross on your
Yeah.
knees, you know, busted glass. Anyway, it was amazing. There was divine forgiveness. There was mercy. There was from everybody. And so that, I was a man that was not complete with a lot of people. And, you know, I think that had that and the breathing and my
Yeah,
Beamer.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Can I
and
challenge you on
and
that
the
further?
stopping eating and only drinking green that Dr. Vanikis
Yeah.
gave me
Yeah.
was very powerful. And going to only water, no juices, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Arthur, can I please come back to, because this is important and there's so much value in this. Can I ask you to be even more specific? Because, not everybody is going to understand this language that we use, complete. What is it to be complete? There's a lot of people watching who are not
Well,
much graduates.
listen,
So,
listen,
what did you
listen.
say
It's
it
real
wrong?
simple. It's
Like,
not
this is
complicated.
how I've been.
It's
Yeah.
it's real simple. It's not complicated. Anywhere there is upset, period. Just real simple. If there's upset, if there's some kind of stress,
Yeah.
because it's stress. It's stress. It's stress. I was a man who was in a constant state of stress, and it
Yeah.
was all me putting me in
Yeah.
stress, and it was from,
Yeah.
and I called them incompletions, but it's just stress. It's upset,
Can you give me
and I'm
example
the
of this
source of it.
stress?
And since I was the source of it, it was,
Yeah.
it was easy to get complete.
Yeah. Can I, because I
Examples,
really, yeah, go
examples.
on.
You know, what's an example? I shouldn't have to have this pain.
Yes. Good example.
I'm
Yeah.
upset with the pain. I shouldn't have to have 5 milligrams of morphine every 6 hours. Because that stuff really messes you up. That morphine. I am here to tell you.
Yeah.
It gave me hiccups that were uncontrollable. I couldn't catch my breath. Uh,
Wow.
and when you can't breathe, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
um, things like that. Projectile vomiting, projectile diarrhea. I shouldn't have to do this. I'm upset with it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Even inanimate things, I can see the upset. It's coming from me. The
Mm-hmm.
incompletion is with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, so I give up
Mm-hmm.
the upset that I'm bringing to the table with my projectile vomiting, with my shouldn't have to take chemotherapy because it gives one of the side effects is neuropathy. Luckily, I've got a Beamer, so I don't suffer from the neuropathy. But who knows what else it's doing to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
internally?
Yeah. So let me recap it just for all of you who are watching and who will be watching from a replay. So basically, to be concrete, there's an upset. I've got a pain is wrong, it's horrible, it's uncomfortable, I shouldn't have it. There was maybe some feelings of anger about it. Why me? Why this pain? Why I have to deal with it? And
Constant projectile
yeah,
diarrhea.
yeah, very uncomfortable. And then there was a moment, maybe there was an aha moment. Was it straight, like when you realize, wow, so I have it in my head as it's something wrong, and it's something wrong with it. You blame the pain, and then the moment you took the responsibility for it, it's like, wow, it's over here with me, who is responsible for what? Tell me, like, how did
By the
process
way,
happen?
it wasn't some magic moment. It was just
Okay.
repetitive practicing 10 minutes 6 times a day, bringing my attention to
Yes.
me, the thoughts I'm having, and all of the upset is always over here with me. It's
Yes.
literally, I've never found it. When I go and I do my practices and I take a look at my thoughts, I'm the one that's grabbing them. I'm the one that's holding on to it. So becoming practice over time of bringing my attention to the experience of letting go of anger, letting go of upset, letting go of uh, letting go of the upset. I don't know how else to say it, but there's an experience that comes with letting go of those things.
Yes.
That experience becomes addictive. That becomes, I can't wait to do this again. I want to do more of that. Just like there's an experience that comes with holding on to things. I became addicted to holding on to thoughts, holding on to emotions, and
Yeah.
practiced, retrained myself to let go of those things. So I think it wasn't some moment where I, had this divine, transformative thought or aha. It was just slow, gradual. You know,
Process.
the nuns said I was borderline. They didn't use the retarded word, but they did say remedial, slow learner. So took me
Don't we
65
all?
years to figure this out.
Don't we all? Listen, Arthur, we've got another 5 minutes of you. So, guys, keep on asking any questions that you have. We will answer them because it's so much we can talk about.
I
Maybe
will.
what I would like to ask, yeah, maybe what I would like to ask you now, Arthur, if you, there will be people watching who either going through the cancer are in the process of healing or in remission stage. There will be people who know people who got a cancer or are in the process of healing, or you know, there will be various. So what would you? I mean, what would you say to all these
Well,
people as your advice?
here's something I discovered,
Uh-huh.
and I got really tired of this. Everybody would come to me and say, "Listen, my brother, my sister, my mother, my aunt, my uncle, my best friend, my wife, my kid, my grandkid," and they would tell me what they did. And you got to talk to them. They did this. Try this, try that. And there was one person who came to me and said, "You know what? I'm going to have this person call you." Everybody else is telling me, "Hey, call this, do this, do this, do this." This guy said, "I'm going to have this person call you. I promise I'll have him call you." And at the time he was telling me, he was like so rare to me because he wasn't telling me I needed to go do this or go do that. He had somebody that's going to contact me. And it was just a breath of fresh air. So if you have anybody in your life that's suffering from cancer or has cancer, don't tell them what they need to do. Don't give them a good idea that you know what they need to do.
Hmm.
They are going to find out what they need to do,
Yeah.
because it's going to have what my cancer did to me is remind me of two things: God first, and me, make myself find good in the day, in whatever's going on. So those two things is what I discovered for myself from cancer. If I would have listened to everybody else and did what they said to do this, do that, do that, I might have missed that. And so, let people discover what a blessing cancer is. Uh, they will. They will. And God will make sure they do. Not the doctor, not the beamer or the drugs. Because if God works personally with me, I'm sure he's working personally with you too. So that's my only thing I tell people, you know, because I really didn't like all these people telling me, well, my Aunt Betty did this, my Uncle Fred did that, you ought to try this and you ought to try that. It was like, if I hear one more person tell me what I need to do, I'm going to strangle them. Anyway, that's my God first, make myself find the good in the day. Those two things, I rediscovered them because of cancer. And that's what's healing me.
Arthur, I don't know actually what to say. My heart is beating really quite fast, but at the same time, I just want to tell you I'm so moved about what you just said, because
Well,
touch wood, I didn't
took me
experience the cancer,
it took
but
me
you know my
cancer. It took me
story.
cancer to remember that.
I know.
So
It's so powerful what you said. is unbelievable. I hope it will. I do trust that those people who are ready, it will touch their hearts. Thank you so much for sharing this. One more question I ask you, because we need to finish now. But and obviously, guys, if you have questions, please reach out to Arthur. Can you please, Arthur, send us whatever contact you have on you so people can reach out to you directly in the
Yeah, it's
comments?
my first name, it's my last name at
Will
beamermail.com. And Beamer
okay.
is BEMER,
Yeah, we will put it in a.
Bioelectromagnetic Energy Regulator.
Okay, great.
BEMER,
Any
mail.com.
any questions about this device as well? That also was a big part
And it
of
doesn't have to be
our.
limited to that device. I mean, just anything.
Just anything you can, or even like get art, if you know anyone who Arthur can support as a health coach, or as a person, or as a, like, have a chat, or he's amazing. We will leave in comments, yeah, your email address, like we actually write it down. I want to encourage you guys. You can see Arthur is very, very open to speak to anyone who is going through this. It's absolutely, I really, really hope, share this video, please. If you know anyone who we can support through this video, and Arthur can support himself in any kind of way, he's